Hello and welcome, friend. My name is Lynn, and I'm going to start off my card with some better pressing. So, this is Sakura Blossom by Crafty Meraki, and it's part of a new line of Prestacular plates, which are amazing and they are compatible with the Spellbinder's Better Press. And if you caught my video where I explored different inks with the Better Press, you'll know that Delicata ink works beautifully. Silver, though, is probably the trickiest ink to use because it's very, very similar to the actual color of the metal plate. So it's really hard to tell whether you have this sufficiently inked up or not. But one of the things that I found useful is you might want to start off by swiping across your plate, especially if you have more solid areas on your plate. And that way, I feel like if you swipe, you have a better chance of at least getting some ink on every part of that raised metal. And then afterwards, doing a little bit of the pouncing will help to hopefully get a more even coverage all the way around. The reason why I'm using Delicata Silver ink is because, for one, it's a really beautiful pigment ink, and that actually makes it perfect for pressing into dark cardstock or black cardstock, as I'm using today. And so that just really helps to make it like a very striking, a very different look, because normally with Better Press designs, we're used to seeing it pressed into cotton card that's either white or off-white. And I'm having to fiddle with my machine a little bit because my workspace is a little bit tight, and I had something in front of my die cutting machine that was blocking me from taking it out. So anytime I do any better pressing, look at how gorgeous this is. I do like to press out multiple panels, and I won't show that, but I do end up pressing several more panels just to have them to play with, to work with when I go to craft, and then that way I also have some options. But the other reason why I wanted to use Delicata ink is because it's got a really lovely shimmer and shine to it too. So not only is it great to press into a dark background or black cardstock like what I'm using, but when you tilt it, it's going to catch the light and have a little bit of that shimmer. So to keep with that high contrast and an almost monochromatic look, I've got some of my metallic watercolors here, and I'm going to do a little bit of spot coloring with the metallics. What's great about watercolor is that you can add more water if you want it to be a little bit more diluted, or if you want more intense color, then just use less water and more pigment from your watercolor palette. So what I like to do is go in with a more diluted solution of this metallic paint, and then come back in and right over top of some of the areas where maybe I want it to be a little bit brighter, then I can go in, especially after it's dry, because then you can really build layer on top of layer and brighten up some of the areas to get some contrast. So some of these petals I'm not going to color in at all. Some of them I'm going to color with a very light wash of this metallic ink, so then it almost looks kind of grayish. And so this is how I'm going to do some very simple monochromatic coloring, but still have some highlights, some shadows, and some variation. So in particular with the tree, the bark and the trunk of the tree, that was a very, very light wash. And some of the flowers I really that's where I really wanted the bright pops of color. One of the great things about Crafty Meraki is that there are so many different coordinating products. So with these new Prestacular plates, they come, if you want, you can get coordinating stencils to make coloring super easy. In addition, there's coordinating die to cut it out if you want to use it as a die cut. And as well, for many of the designs, you can also find the identical design as a stamp set. And so that means that if you wanted, you could stamp this design if you don't have the Better Press, or if you prefer Better Pressing, then you can use the Better Press version, which is great because Better Press plates or Prestacular plates can actually foil as well. So your press plates can foil, giving you double duty. And that's one of the things that I really like about it. And that way you can achieve a lot of different looks. So really, really fabulous how Crafty Meraki has all of these coordinated products, because if you like a design, there's bound to be a product or set of products that suit you and your style of crafting, because not everybody has all of the various different machines. Not everybody likes to stamp and color. And so you have a lot of different options. I did use the coordinating die to cut this out, and I'm just going to layer that though right on top of another black panel, but I am going to splatter on top of this panel that same silver metallic ink just to give it some texture in the background. And I'm gonna otherwise keep this card really, really simple. If you want to see even more inspiration featuring products from the Meraki Genesis release, expand the description box below and check out the playlist that will be there. Some of us on the design team are hopping, and you'll also find in the description box a link to enter for a chance to win a gift certificate to shop at Crafty Meraki. So be sure to expand that description box to find all of the things. I do hope that you'll hop along. We have some new designers on our team this year, so you'll be seeing new videos on both the Crafty Meraki channel and as well on each of our designers' channels. And we have a social media team that is really amazing. So follow Crafty Meraki on Instagram as well, because Bindu does share out everybody's projects to the Crafty Meraki Instagram profile. So from there, you'll be able to find all of the designers on their team. And I hope you check out their profiles too, because the designers are creating some really fabulous projects featuring the new release each month. So I'm really excited. There are so many different press plates, and some of the previous designs that were EAP stamps you'll also find as press plates now. So I really love that Bindu's revisiting the back catalog of previous designs and bringing them in as Prestacular designs now too. So it's just great because it gives you more versatility to craft with, and as well it extends some of your previous products as well if you already had them. So I had a lot of fun creating this card. I chose a sentiment from a stamp set that's actually for the new year, but it just is love, peace, love, joy, and peace. So I think that's great for any time of year. So really, really love this. And I did add some white gel pen highlights just to bring in some more definition and some highlights for the final finishing touch on my card. Thanks for catching my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.